and a small girl, she was around 3, she ran up to me and she said, "You got shocked when you did Susu." I've worked with many actors, Abhishek Bachchan, Bobby Deol, Sonam Kapoor, a lot of famous people's children, basically. I have all sorts of experiences with people. Dudes comes up to me, "Hey, we should hang out. Can I get your number?" Yeah. And Madhavan was on my team. He's not very good at spelling. Chamatkar pe chamatkar kar. We have a child over there, so I'm going to say chamatkar. Mama, what does that mean?
So glad to have you over here.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, Bollywood has a few icons. We have Gabbar Singh. People remember Amjad Khan more as Gabbar Singh. Amrish Puri is remembered as Mogambo.
Absolutely.
But there is only one icon who has been two icons in the same movie.
Oh.
There is Chatur and Silencer.
Right.
Right? And that's Omi.
Thank you so much.
And you worked on such an iconic movie, Three Idiots. You worked with the Aamir Khan. You have worked with Steve Carell, as we were saying, in The Office. आपने हिंदी फिल्में करी हैं, मराठी फिल्में करी हैं. You have achieved so many things. पर सर, क्या आपने कभी सपनों में भी सोचा था कि एक दिन आपको देसी कॉमेडी लाइव के साथ परफॉर्म करने का मौका मिलेगा?
Never in a million years. Wow. There's not, after this, it's just pure depression, I have to say. Because nothing will ever come close to this, to be honest.
So when you went to audition, you were saying you actually didn't know Hindi at that time, right? For 3 days?
I mean, I still don't know Hindi, to be honest. I've learned it, but when I speak properly, people are like, why are you speaking so properly, And then when I speak Hindi with the accent, wo to kar raha hai. My first Hindi film was in the plane on the way to India. Oh, there's a movie at 2 a.m. Fabulous, let's watch it. There's no pause. What movie is this? It's Hum. Oh, okay, a movie about humming. I've never seen this film. Right? And then I was like, oh, let's watch it. I was just 8 years old, 7 years old. Chumma, chumma, de. Fabulous. Let me go sing these songs on the street to women, which is what I did in Bombay. And that was very shocking, and my parents were like, "You're never watching another Bollywood film again." But yeah, think about auditioning for a job that you don't think you'll ever get, that you're unqualified for, and that you don't even live in the same country, right? How much confidence would you have when you go in that room? You would have full confidence, because there's 100% chance you're never gonna get it, right? So that's how I went in there, and that was just what they wanted,
Acha, how was your first day on the set of Three Idiots? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Were people playing pranks on you?
Yeah, no, it was very nice actually. I'm a very dedicated actor, so when they said, you need to shave your head, they said first you need to become fat, and I was like, okay, that's good. So then they put a pillow on me and all this stuff. But when I first scenes I had to do were the young Chatur, and for that it was the ragging scene. Yes, and the ragging scene, and it's so funny because people always like, oh, I was in engineering school myself, I had to do ragging, and I was ragged, and I was like, really, you were like naked, and people were making fun of you? Yeah, that was so like, you had fun with that? No, it was not fun at all. But they're looking about it past very nostalgically. And they came in and they gave me my costume for the ragging scene, and it was a gold thong. So if you not the chappal thong, okay, just like a real gold thong, and they put it up and they said, we've had a change in the costume. This is what you're wearing, and I was like so dedicated. I was like, I'm gonna do this, but I'm like, this is really uncomfortable. This is not how I want a billion people to see my debut. You know what I'm saying? So, I slightly went up to the director, you know, I'm very uncomfortable with that, you know, and I'm very dedicated. I would have done it if he had said, and I said, sir, I don't know if this is appropriate, you know, not that I know anything about what happens, but this is a little bit over the top. Can we go back to the American flag? I think that's more. He's like, oh, no, we were just joking. That was just a joke. Everybody knew that already. But you were really gonna do it, huh? Then I was happy about wearing the American flag underwear, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a dedicated guy. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, 3 Idiots की अगर sequel बनेगी, would it be 4 Idiots or 30 Idiots?
I don't know. Why would it be 38?
I don't know, Alibaba और 40 और Chatur or 30 Idiots?
Yeah, I guess it could be. I mean, it could be 30 idiots. Yeah, definitely.
अगर उसमें किसी broken English speaking वाले को रखना हो तो मेरे को रख लेना.
Definitely.
I am very good English.
Yes, you are.
Alright, there were so many funny moments, you know, आपने हिंदी को mispronounce किया.
Yeah.
Was that all built into the script or?
So the more of the like Mutra Visarjan and the Kapde Utarke, you know, this type of stuff where you use this sort of very dictionary type of Hindi, that was baked into the script. But then there's something called happy accidents in movies. This is where when you're working or you're doing something and then something accidentally happens. So during one part, you know, in the scene before the speech in the library, I'm on the phone and instead of saying kya hua, I said kya hui. And they were like, oh my God, that's so much great. That's so great, you know? And we did the last scene of the film just through one. It was Tofa Kabul Karo. I said Tofu Kabul Karo. Tofu Kabul Karo. And someone was like, Tofu! Oh my God, tofu! Keep it. So like these types of things, this became, and then it became, you know, memes and it became memorable lines. But this is sort of how creative work happens. Yeah.
Yeah, tofu तो जॉली ने शुरू में शो में
Yeah,
कबूल करवा दिया था.
I know. Later we're going to smell the tofu at over here at this restaurant too. Hopefully not any prana ghatakam though. Please. You look like a thudi man. Yeah, you do. I'm sorry. She's nodding.
ये बहुत ही चतुर इंसान है.
इतना डेडिकेशन नहीं है एक्टिंग के लिए. अच्छा, हमने सुना है कि आमिर खान is very competitive.
Yes.
How is it working with him on set?
Yes. So during the ragging scene, he would play chess on the side with the IIM students who were in the background. All those actors, all those background actors were all IIM students, you know. So he would play with them and beat them while shooting, which would tell you just how like his mind is always on, you know. And then we were shooting in Ladakh, and it was really great shooting with those guys because most of these actors want to stay in big hotels far away from location. But you know, Aamir was like, we'll rent a house. There in Ladakh at that time it was not a tourist, especially that place, that Pangong Lake. There was no tourism there. There was a village about 1 hour away from that lake, and they had electricity for 1 hour a day. And we brought all these electric generators, and they had, so the electricity went on from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So they knew that time, after 7 p.m. they go to sleep. That's when they go to sleep, when the light goes off. So these trucks would have electricity all day and night. So these people didn't know when to go to bed. They just stayed up all the time because their trigger was not there. And I remember Safe came because Karina was there. So we're all playing Scrabble. It's Safe and Karina and Sherman on one side, and Madhavan was on my team. He's not very good at spelling, sadly, and it was Aamir. So we just start playing. Everybody goes, and I just happened to get a word, gauntlet, you know, and everyone's like, hey, you know, and they're like, oh, dictionary, get the dictionary out, right? I got 50 points, so I was up ahead. And at this point, you could see Aamir just, from a fun game, it was just triggered, right? And he just became extremely competitive. And he wanted to win no matter what. That meant when accusing other people of asking other people, but then he would do the same thing. But he still played very well, and he was just very, very focused. And by the end, he won by 1 point. Yes. But he was also very, very welcoming. I mean, I didn't need to be part of that. Those guys are, huge Bollywood stars. But they just said they always invited me, and I was always treated as one of them.
Wow, thank you very much. That's very good share. Appreciate it. अच्छा, so आपने अभी बताया अपने act में कि there was a fan moment that you had at a urinal.
Yeah, no, that was one, but I've had more urinal type of fan moments as well.
तो ऐसे moments के बाद आप उनसे हाथ मिलाते हो कि गले में लगते हो? What is the protocol?
No, I mean, I just walk away. But I remember one of the most memorable ones was I was in a airport, and a small girl, she was around 3, she ran up to me and she said, "You got shocked when you did susu." And I was so cute, and she, with these children, they cannot tell the difference between that. And I have done many, shows, or I've done many TV shows where I'm married and I have children, and even my own children. I say some of the funniest things. I come back, they watch some of my stuff, they go, "So you have a different family in India than us? Is that what it is?" So it's kind of sad. But yeah, I have all sorts of experiences with people, because when they see me, first of all, even in Fremont here, "Oh my God, it's you! How are you?" Some dude comes up to me, "Hey, we should hang out. Can I get your number?" Yeah, what's going on?
So you worked with some other Bollywood stars as well. You worked with Ajay Devgn.
Yes, I worked with Ajay Devgn.
He's known to do pranks. I mean,
no, because I did a movie called Dil To Bachcha Hai Ji. If anyone wants. Oh, you didn't watch that movie? It did really well on DVD because nobody watched it in the theater. Yeah, Ajay Devgn is known for prank, but I was, that was my second film. I was just struggling so much to get the Hindi down, be a Marathi, but like a Marathi from Pune or whatever. And I think he just took pity, like bichara, this bichara, I'm not gonna do anything with him. But he's an interesting guy, because people get very handsy when you're a celebrity. Some of you will do this tonight, I will see. But yeah, can I put, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, oh, pick it up here a little bit, not so low, And when someone does this to him, he's smiling, goes, "Don't use the hand," And they're like, "Oh God." And when Ajay Devgn says that, you don't. But yeah, he's a very cool guy. He's very fun, and I've worked with many actors. I've worked with Abhishek Bachchan, Neil Nitin Mukesh, Bobby Deol, Sonam Kapoor. A lot of famous people's children, basically. But I've worked with this is Bollywood though, yeah.
So हमने काफी research करी आपके बारे में, and we read somewhere that you like to do roles where you think you will fail.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, life. If I wanted to just make money, be successful, I would have been a finance person or a bank person. My grandfather is a doctor. My father is a doctor. My brother is a PhD MD, so he's a double doctor. My wife is also a PhD. My last name means Vaidya, which means doctor, right? So it's in my blood. But I did not want to do something that was easy, and that was quite easy for me. I wanted something complicated, and coming up with a script or doing emotions, making people feel something is not something that you can code, as you guys know. I really like to take big jumps and try things and then fail and learn from those things. People don't see the failures that you do. They only applaud you for your successes. Even when I was getting married, my wife is from Fremont. She's from Ardenwood. Yeah, I know. Yes. My father-in-law is Gujarati, and we decided to get married, and he's typical. This was before 3 Idiots, right? And my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, oh, we're getting married, and you could see their faces like, oh God, yeah, an actor. Where did we, and it's always what mistake did we make, right? Right? Not our child. We've done something terrible, you know? But anyway, so then I did all these shows, but they don't watch these shows. They only cared about the Bollywood stuff. And then all of a sudden, we got married, and then the movie came out. And after that, they were, huge stars, basically, in their community. And people would be like, oh, my son is going to be a doctor, he got a job at Google, and he's like, oh, but my son is a Bollywood star, right? So people see the things that are success, and you have to remember that when you are on a journey, not a destination,
Very nice, very nice. So, Sari, आपका मराठी confidence मेरे ऊपर भी आ रहा है.
क्या बात?
Sitting next to you, so much confidence. मैं भी यहाँ से उतर के बाद सबसे पहले जेम्स बॉन्ड के रोल के लिए अप्लाई करने जा रहा हूँ.
तो दामाद जी एक बात बताइए.
क्या बोला?
ये ससुराल में बैठे इस वक्त, समझ रहे हो, फ्रीमॉन्ट गए इनके ससुराल. दामाद जी एक बात बताइए.
हाँ.
वो जो चतुर वाला स्पीच है,
हाँ, वो
उसको प्रैक्टिस करने में आपको कितनी देर लगी?
Yeah, so people ask me, did you try, how did you do that and all that? Did people think it was funny and all that? So for me, that character is a very serious person, and I played him seriously because he's a very tragic character. In fact, his lines are funny and the things he does are funny, but yeah, that man works so hard. And the reason that you all love him and like him or know him is because you know Chaturs yourself. You all know these people, or you're them yourself, by the way. This character is desperate to succeed in life, will cut other people down. And why? So that he feels value. He's probably one of the more realistic characters in the film, rather than, Aamir, who's just a flawless character, who's so brilliant, right? If I had played him very seriously or very comically, then that compassion that you have, even the laughs that you have, they would have felt artificial. So I wanted to play him very real. So even in the tank scene, where that's my only serious scene, I told the director, I want to leave set for like 3 days, because there was 3 days. And it was my birthday on the day of the tank scene. And I stayed at a different hotel, and I didn't talk to anybody for 3 days, and just kept thinking, and these Aamir, these guys are so nice. They're too nice for my character to be angry at. So I had to distance myself from these nice people. And then I read that they had gone out to dinner. And I said, why didn't they invite me, So I started to play a manipulative game in my head to sort of make them very, very mean and angry. And then we got to set, and everybody's like, should we wish him happy birthday? He's so angry looking, he's so angry, he's so mad. He's gone in his room. And then I finally shot that scene, and they brought out the cake at 4 a.m., on that tank, and said happy birthday. Literally the next 3 days, I was sick from being that angry and that upset.
तो फिर अब obviously एक बार वो वाला डायलॉग फिर से हो जाए.
कौन सा?
वो आपका वो चतुर
स्पीच
वाला.
आपकी जो 3 days की
I wish I could remember the speech, I wish I could remember.
अरे अगर हम लोग जोर से ताली बजाएं उस स्पीच के लिए तो क्या पता आप लोग आ जाए. कौन है?
ताली बजाओ.
थोड़ा सा encouragement दिया.
मैं भूल गए. And even if I knew the speech, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't, But I will say a couple, because you guys have speak so much Hindi. And and I should only speak a little bit. So I'll say some nice things about Desi Comedy Live, आज अगर हमारे let's all stand up, yeah. आज अगर हमारे IT लोग, consultants, हमारे Bay Area लोग, what do you guys do? Software engineers, doctors? No, just software engineers. हमारे बे एरिया लोग, इंडियन लोग, आप लोग आसमान की बुलंदियों को छू रहा है, तो उसका श्रेय सिर्फ एक कॉमेडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को जाता है. मालूम है कौन सा? Desi Comedy Live, yes, yes. How many years have you guys been doing this? How many years?
2 years.
2 years. पिछले 2 साल से इस शहर में, yes. चमत्कार पे चमत्कार कर रहा है. We have a child over there, so I'm going to say chamatkar. I don't want that child to learn different things, you know. Mama, what does that mean? उम्मीद है आगे भी करते हैं. Come on guys, yeah? उम्मीद है ना? हमें तो आश्चर्य होते हैं कि ये 2 लोग और इसके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने जीवन का इतने चमत्कार कैसे कर सकता है, राइट? और आपके पास वो चीज है, यू नो व्हाट दैट इज? चीज है जिसके इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सख्त जरूरत है. Yes, through all your tickets, right? Dhan, yes, ma'am, I said dhan. Don't get angry, please. If I looked at you when I said dhan, it was an accident, all right? Dhan होता सभी के पास, सब छुपा के रखते हैं, देता कोई नहीं, हाँ? That's a lot of dhan, sir. That is a lot. आपने अपना धन इस चमत्कारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के हाथ में दिया है. यस, दिया है. और देखिए ये कैसा इसका उपयोग करता है. Thank you guys. It's been my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
Big round of applause for Omi Vaidya. क्या बात है?
Thank you guys. Yes.
बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे.
Thank you. Thanks.
Such a wonderful artist you are. Such a wonderful human being you are. Thank you very much, Omi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Can we have some pictures real quick, please?